So hello everybody. Taurea Vision Avant here, and then we have
Deana and your collab queen. What's going on, y'all? Good Monday morning.
hey. Oh man, good Monday morning, and whatever time, wherever you are or what part of the world you're in, drop in the chat space. Let us know where you guys are chiming in. Deanna, I'm super excited about our series that we're doing
Yes,
here called Let's Talk Collaboration,
yes,
and
ma'am.
you and I have been working together, collaborating together for I don't even how long has it been?
It's been almost a year. So we first met in June. So we're like
Yep.
10 months in.
Yes, it's okay. The easiest way to remember is Ignite to Profits.
Ignite to
So
Profit, which we will be together again there in a couple of months.
yes, it is coming up right before we know it. Oh, I'm so excited about this year's Ignite to Profits. It's going to be amazing. So on the next broadcast, we'll do a little
We'll talk about that
we'll talk more
because
about it.
we got to give people time. It's going to be
Yes.
amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, Deanna, I'm gonna let you go ahead and shoot first. Introduce yourself, and for those who are joining in, drop your city and state in the chat. You might get up on the screen
Like
showing you guys.
Shanita.
Hey,
Hey, Shanita.
Shanita.
What's going
Yes.
on? So, hey everybody. Good Monday. I'm Deanna Jean, and folks call me your collab queen. I am based in the New York City area, and I am all about making sure that we can all get to the bag together with less stress, more ease, and much more abundance. I believe that it is such an important concept that it is literally the lifeblood of my business. Everything that I do is centered around collaboration. And I get really, really excited when I have the opportunity to partner and collaborate with folks like Taurea Vision Avant, because, it can be magical. It can be magical. And, sometimes there are some things you got to look out for. So super excited. You're in New Haven, Shanita. I'm going to be in Connecticut later this week. I'm going to hit you up. I'm going to be near Hartford later this week.
Oh, okay.
Look at the
Yes.
connection.
Okay. Yes. I'm excited. Okay. So, y'all, and I'm going to tell you one thing about Deanna, too. When we talk about collaborating, baby, I wasn't even ready for Deanna. We'll talk about a little bit more about that. How extensively like connected and very intentional she is. But to introduce myself, y'all, I am Taurea Vision Avant, and I work with speakers and coaches. In fact, I'm celebrating 10 years in this space. Hey,
Yeah,
Takara, my lovely partner as well. We got so many partners on here, y'all, by the way, just so
I
y'all know.
see that. I see that.
But I've been doing this in this particular space for 10 years. Both of us are the same age,
We
but you
are.
wouldn't imagine we've been doing this as long as we have, because I know
Well, it's the hustle, though. It's the hustle. I mean, the year. I mean, I'm not gonna say the year we were, just in case you don't want people to know year
I
we.
don't
Look, 81, right?
care.
It was the year of
81.
the hustle,
Let me tell you
and
something.
I say we embrace it too because we look good.
That's what I was alluding to. The fact that we was born at 81, child. You wouldn't know it.
Oh,
Hello. Yes, 1900s over here. But what I do is I work with speakers and coaches. I've been doing this for 10 years in this particular space, showing them how to leverage what I feel is one of the best tools you could ever have, a book. How to leverage your book to build a business. Oh, let me get this out of here. We're not promoting you. You ain't giving us no money. But how to use your book, how to get on more stages, how to get on more podcasts, how to get on more magazines, and generating a substantial income by
yes.
not being overworked and underpaid. And I think you even alluded to that as well, too, Deanna. Effective collaborations allow you to work less and make more.
Absolutely. And have a good time. Like it feels good too. So when you get that trifecta going, you're on the right track.
Absolutely. Well, look, today's title, as you guys see, is this partnership or just platform access? Ooh.
Girl, listen, this is a good topic. This is a good topic. So we're gonna dig right on in.
Absolutely. And the thing is, both of us have platforms. We have
Yeah.
our own platforms that we have built. And so I think this is perfect. So I'm gonna ask you the first question and see what you
Yeah.
got with us. And so the first question is, how can you tell the difference between a real partnership or someone that is just wanting access to your platform?
Wow. Okay. So, first of all, let's make sure that we're clear because this question can be answered in so many different ways. When we're talking about real partnerships, right? You really want to identify that this person is coming to you as something that is mutually valuable, right? So for example, if I have access to a platform of people that are focused on collaboration, right? And Taurea has access to a bunch of people that are learning like strong marketing techniques, right? The people that are learning those strong marketing techniques can benefit from collaboration, and the people
Mhm.
that are learning collaboration can benefit from strong marketing techniques. So the first way that you can tell if it's a real partnership versus a platform is the person will identify what they bring to the table. They'll either identify that by you being able to visibly see, right? I attended an event that Taurea went to. It was evident to me that she had a platform, right? Or they will approach you and say, hey, you might not know me. Let me tell you a little bit more about who I am and what I do. Here's the type of platform I have, or this is the opportunity that I have. Here's where I see it could benefit you. Here's where I see it could benefit me. Do you feel like this will be aligned? So we're looking for mutual value from the rip.
That's good. Absolutely. That's good. Y'all drop the money sign in the chat if that definitely came of value. Okay, hold on. Let me chat. Let me show some of y'all in the chat. What's Shanita said, oh, this gonna be
Look,
good.
Shanita is locked in. Shanita's like, I'm in. I'm in. Let's go.
Right, absolutely. And our sister over here, Chanel
Yeah,
Evans.
hey
What's going on,
Chanel.
sis?
Yes.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. So love that answer. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we have the second question that I'm gonna answer.
Yeah.
And what is the question we have?
All right. So this is a good one. Have you ever said yes to a collab and regretted it? Pause. Right? This is the next part though that's important. What did you learn?
Absolutely. Well, first, and hey, Dr. Dom, what's going on? We see you in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, this is such a great question. I'm gonna tell you, Deanna, I never regret anything I ever do.
That
I
part.
never regret anything that I've ever done, only because in life you either have blessings or you have lessons, right? And so, have there been collaborations in the past where it didn't necessarily pan out the way that I wanted? Of course, right? However, this is the great thing. What did I learn from it? So I'll just give, I'm always very specific. I like to give like
Do
detailed
it. Listen,
details.
that's why the people here. They want the
Absolutely.
receipts. They want the
So
details.
I had partnered with someone one time, and they offered a service that I felt was extremely beneficial to the network that I was building, and then I felt like I offered a service that was beneficial to their network. Typically
Yeah,
that's when you collaborate, right?
exactly.
And
Mutual
when
value.
right. And when we got together, I was just like, hey, we should work together and do great things, da 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 da. And I never told them what my expectation was. And this is where when we talk about building those collaborations, we mess up because we never have those we just assume. And so in my
Mhm.
mind, I was assuming that this person knew that, okay, if I'm sending you people, I would love for you to do the same. If
Right,
I'm inviting you to my platform to speak, I would love for you to invite me to yours. But
right,
we never created kind of like that game plan. And I won't even just say a contract because sometimes it's
right,
just good connection, right? But
right.
I do like to make sure we sign an agreement so we
I
understand
have it in
what we're
writing.
expecting. And so because I never told this person the expectation, it was funny too, Deanna, because the person used to always kept saying, wow, I've never worked with someone that's given me this much access to their platform. I've never connected with someone who
Mhm.
has shared with me so many leads and sales. Like they kept saying it and I thought that was like, okay, well what a blessing. But no, they were like saying it in a way like that don't mean I'm about to do the same.
And basically, they're saying to you, like they're signaling to you, if nobody else is approaching this person around
Right.
collaboration, and they're using that very me-centric language. No one
Yes,
has given me. I have never had.
absolutely.
I mean, telltale signs.
It was a telltale. And so, now moving forward, when I don't even get into those situations because up front, we always have clear communication on what the intention is for this and the expectation. So I think that that was really, really powerful. And so let me go ahead and see what everybody else is saying. No regrets, just
Mm,
lessons. I'm thankful I took the risk and you have to be mindful about your investment. Absolutely.
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 And when
Okay,
you say
Deanna.
investment, that's time, that's money, that's
Yep.
energy, that's
Yes.
your network. Those are all things that you're investing. Another important part about collaboration is you really have to be open to understanding that things need to, like, they're going to look a little different.
Oh, come on.
They need to look a little
And
flexible
it's a
sometimes.
growth process too. Yeah.
you have to evolve. And even with setting those expectations, like you talked about at the beginning, what I love about the way that we communicate, and I think that this is a really good example for collaborations, is that things change and evolve.
Yes.
If you have a good communication point, a good communication foundation, it makes it so much easier to roll with the punches and adjust as you need to,
Absolutely.
versus just sitting out there and you want to chase something, but you don't have a way to communicate it to that person. That person don't know. Maybe we tried to do this and it didn't work. So really, really important points. I love those points.
Oh, that was good. That was good. And another thing I just even want to even point out, we talk about that we're coming up on almost a year of us
Yeah.
collaborating. In the beginning, we still had to figure each other out. And so we meet. When I tell y'all we meet every week,
Every
now
week.
you might not meet with that person every single week that you're building that relationship, but I'm gonna tell you, when I saw Deanna's network and I saw what she was doing, and then hopefully vice versa, we understood that
Oh, yeah.
it was very important that we establish this connection
Yeah.
and understanding up front. So we meet every week, and
Yep.
every week we're able to adjust. And the blessing is that we're able to feed off of each other. And so there are things that I see that she's able to do, or that
Right.
she has been able to do with her group, with her business, that we've been able to apply,
Yeah.
and things that they're applying over with her tribe as well. And
Absolutely.
our tribes work
They're
together.
they're starting to commingle.
Yes.
And this is one more point I want to make before we go to our
Let's go to
next
the next
question, because
question.
this can get
It's a
good to
good
you,
one.
right? Is I think that the important for people like, oh, you meet every single week. A lot of times when I talk to people, especially when they're looking to join my community, and I know you've had the same experience. One of
Yeah.
the biggest pieces of pushback I get from people is, oh girl, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to be on calls. I don't have the
Mm,
time to sit down and to be talking to people every week. I got to serve my clients. Here is what's important when it comes to a collaboration.
yeah.
Whatever time you're investing in a collaboration should either save you time on something else, or it should add value that is
Yeah.
going to make you more money,
Yes.
right?
Bottom line. Bottom line.
Bottom line. That's what it needs to look like. So we got some good comments in here. Shanita
Yes.
saying she loves to collaborate, but she's careful about who you collaborate with.
That's
That
good.
is good. You starting the right way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, well let's get to our next question. By
Yes.
the way, we're going to open it up. If you guys have some questions for us, go ahead and drop those questions in the chat. We might be able to get to a couple as well. Okay, next question. Ooh! How do you protect your platform and peace without burning those bridges?
Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. So first and foremost, when you think about your platform, anyone that's worth their salt with collaborating with, they're going to have certain barriers to entry around their platform.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
you are engaging with someone and in the first call, they're like, girl, I give you my whole email list. Pause. No, that really your platform, especially the way that we've built ours, Taurea, we know that it takes literally years to build trust and moments to lose it.
Mhm.
So when you work to build the type of platforms that we have, the type of audiences where people are coming to you because they trust you to help them make investment and buying decisions for their business, you have to be very, very careful. So the first thing that's really important is be clear on what you want to protect your platform from.
Mhm. Mhm.
What is it that you want to make sure that your platform does not fall privy to? Or what do you want to make sure that your platform really does not become vulnerable to, and put systems and processes in place? For me and Taurea, what's really important is not that we're just communicating with each other, but I'm looking to see how Taurea is adding value to people in my community when I'm not looking. And she's doing the same thing. That's very important. Here's the other part of that. As you're doing this evaluation period, what you're going to find is that maybe somebody that you initially thought you could put at a level 2 in your community and giving them a bunch of access, maybe you realize after a point in time, there's some things that they still need to learn. There's some things that they still need to build into their systems in order to be able to engage with your clients best or your platform best. So that's why the communication is so important, because you want to help them build the skill or build the resources that they need to be more effective with your platform. When it comes to burning bridges, the easiest way to burn bridges is to be really transparent in communication and to know where to carry people. Some people can be clients, some people can be collaborators, some people can be champions. The most important thing that you need to do is to have clear communication, because people will appreciate a direct and clear communication much more than you hemming and humming and saying, well, maybe we could do it this way or maybe we could do it that way. So have clear communication. That's very important.
Absolutely. Everybody drop in the chat clear communication. This is so important. I mean, absolutely. And anytime you don't feel good about a situation, anytime maybe you have questions or it's something is not necessarily or is, even when things are happening the way you would like, that's important too. That's one thing I'm also learning is sometimes you don't always want to just tell somebody what they're not doing great, but hey, I loved when we did XYZ, thus in that. So clear
Exactly.
communication
Yep.
is
This worked
vital.
really well when we did this. This
Yeah.
wasn't so good. That's
Yeah.
cool. We're
Mhm.
figuring all of the things out.
Absolutely.
So I get it.
Absolutely.
I
All
get it.
right. Well, let's go to our next question.
Yes. All right. So Taurea, you have such a heart for collaboration. We know that, right?
Yes.
And we also know, let's be real, like, you have a platform where you get a decent amount of visibility. People see you out here in these streets, and you've been in the game for over 10 years. What red flags do you look for when somebody's in your DM and they're like, hey girl, let's collab? Because I know you get a lot of, hey girl, let's collab. What are some of the red flags that you look for when you get that let's collab DM?
Honestly, so I'm even because I've been connecting with you. One of the things that I'm a little bit more open to is at least having a conversation with someone first,
Yeah.
because I can't really go off of what somebody else has said or maybe what I don't see. Maybe they just need that proper connection, and so I want to make sure if it looks like a win-win, let's connect. But the red flags, number one, when somebody does hit me up and say let's collab or let's work together, okay, I'm going to then ask, okay, what are your ideas?
On what?
On what? Because people will come to you all day long and then expect for you to come up with the collaboration. And I'm like, I am so busy right now. Like,
Give
I
me
don't
that
even
right
have
now.
the brain power to,
Yes.
even if it did make sense, to sit down when you approached me. And so, a lot of times, guys, when we're seeing someone that we can work with, the best way to help them, and this is what you said earlier, you said, listen, a proper collaboration should help you to save some time or increase your bottom line.
That's right.
So, Deanna, I want to work with you. This is what you do. This is what I do. This is how we can be able to create some synergy amongst each other. And so, if somebody comes to me just with the whole let's work together with no proper explanation, I'm going to be honest. My response is going to say, great. What do you have in mind? And if they're like, well, let's jump on a Zoom. No, I don't have time to jump on a Zoom for you then to tell me, let's figure something out. Guys, make sure that you have a game plan up front so that we can help save some time.
Absolutely.
Another thing I will even add into as far as red flags is I will go look to see like who else are they working with. And I know that, for some of us, you might say, well, somebody's got to be able to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you're right. But Deanna has spent a long amount of time building up her network. And so that means that if I'm a newbie, I'm not going to come into her network and saying, hey, let us work together, because no disrespect, guys, we're not on the same level as far
Right.
as the growth in the community. And so I'm going to look to partner with people who we're around the same area as far as growth goes, right?
Mm.
I go and look at someone's profile and I see that all they have is first of all, if I don't see them talking about anything in business, it's just a lot of selfies, maybe some
Right.
dancing videos. It
You
doesn't
don't have a
scream.
professional photo. Like that's
Right. It's
no. I'm
like,
like,
I don't know about that. But then number two, I also want to see, what are you doing? Are you going to events? Are you out there connecting? Are you participating in other people's, like conferences and workshops? Are you effectively collaborating already? Because if I don't see that happening with the schedule that I already have, that is crazy, I don't know if I have the time to invest into that particular partnership. What are your thoughts on that?
yeah, this is a great question, because I think that we can even use our use case. Because again, both of us are very, very busy. And you brought up a good point, right? When somebody's first starting out, I get this question a lot. Hey, Deanna, I'm starting out. I'm a motivated person. I believe in collaboration. What can I do to catch the attention of somebody like a Taurea Vision Avant who's super busy, but also very well known. Of you, of a Chanel Evans, right? So I say, find a way to grab someone's attention. One way to grab their attention is to have a very specific idea of how to collaborate. But let's be honest, if you're not at the place yet where you can come with that level of specificity, you are connecting to me or Taurea for a reason. Honestly, one
Mhm.
of the best ways to grab our attention, invest in something that we're doing. Invest in something that we're doing. Taurea and I both have opportunities to invest in what we do at an entry level point where if you are looking to eventually collaborate, that's a barrier to entry. But guess what? Now you're getting access. Now you're coming into our space where I'm gonna show up in the Success Tribe every Thursday. I might not be able to catch you on a random call 30 minutes, but if you want to catch my attention, invest in the Success Tribe to be in the same place where I'm going to be. And
Yes.
then what you do? Then start making yourself stand out. Great example. When Taurea and I met, we did not know anything about each other, but the way that I grabbed Tarea's attention was I traveled from New York to Atlanta for her event. I didn't stop there. I spoke at her event very briefly. And then from there, I started to make sure that people knew that I was going to be at that event. I, centered her in the work that she was doing. And then I reached out to her afterwards and said, hey, love the event. And this is a shot in the dark. Would love to jump on a call with you to talk about ways that we could collaborate. Here are some of my ideas.
Oh, that's good.
She immediately said yes.
Yep, absolutely.
Those
And
are the
because
things.
she showed up, I said, okay. And when I heard her speak, I was like, oh, we speak the same language. She's
Right.
corporate. I'm a little bit from the hood, a little bit.
You keep saying I'm corporate. Listen, before I had to infiltrate corporate, right? I'm still a Brooklyn girl.
She helped me out though, y'all. She helped us
It's the
out.
synergies. And I love that you mentioned that too, because I'm able to take my corporate experience,
Yep,
right? And the cheat codes around that. And then you bring in that MLM, like, listen, we gonna make this work type of
absolutely.
hustle. So it
Yes.
really feeds each other too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is good. Deanna, this is so good. I promise you, when you show up and show out, people will see you. And I always like
Yeah.
to say recognition gets recognized. And there's so many
Right.
different ways of getting that recognition. We've got some questions from folks in the chat. So let me
Let's do it.
throw these questions on the chat. Hold on. Okay, Crystal, one of our superstars, she says, what should you look for when seeking to collaborate
Hmm.
with someone? Ooh, and other than synergy, because we just said that. Absolutely, great question. How about you, Deanna?
Yeah. So when you're looking, there's so many things that you can look for. But the first thing that you want to look for is how they are showing up.
Mm-hmm.
How do they show up? Because however it is that they show up in whatever space you can observe them, whether it's at a networking event,
Yep.
whether it is on social media, however it is that they are showing up in that space can give you a pretty good indication of how they will show up in the collaboration. So you want to make sure that you can find somebody that has complementary skills to yours. That's
Mm-hmm.
what you're looking for when they show up. So maybe if, for example, you are a little bit more of an introvert and you know that you want to do a collaboration, sometimes it helps to pair yourself with an extrovert, right? Because then you can really be able to bounce off of each other's energy. So I say, in a nutshell, look for complementary skill sets and
Yes.
you look for those things in the way that people are showing up.
Absolutely. And I just even want to add to this because there's different types of collaboration, right?
Yeah,
So for Deanna and I, our collaboration is centered around serving our clients. So we want to make sure that what we're bringing to the table, we can serve our clients effectively. And
right,
this is the conversation behind the scenes we're always having. Okay,
right,
this is what I've noticed within my group where I see you can bring value. And this is what I've noticed, right? So let me give you an example. I'm in the book space, I'm a book coach, right?
right.
And so there was a time where I was looking for someone who could help with public speaking,
Yeah,
right? So we're not conflicting businesses because
not
this person
competing.
works in public speaking. I work in books. And so what I was looking for was someone that has a network that I could come over to help with leveraging their books. And
Right.
then they can come into my network and help our clients with public speaking. So now, as you can see, it's not like we're competing against each other. We're
Right.
complementing each other's businesses.
Yeah.
Now, where you use that example too of being an introvert extrovert. This is where we also talking about, having an accountability partner,
Yes.
having someone that you can do business with. But you know what? Let me give you a prime example. Deanna invited me to an event. I need to close
Yes.
this out. Deanna invited me to an event last year, y'all. What was the name of this event, child? Because I
This
still
was the National Black Chambers annual conference.
okay. I can't wait for this year. Well, I mean, when's
Yes,
the next year? When is it coming?
August. It's coming August,
August.
and I already got your ticket. So
Okay,
we good.
good. Baby, let me tell you something. If y'all do not know about this event, y'all need to get your tickets because this event, it's in Atlanta. I had never heard of this
Yes.
event. So
Yes.
Deanna's like, listen, I got a ticket, you can come. But see, this year when we have it, we're gonna be more strategic
Oh yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
we just
We were
got
just feeling stuff out. Yeah, it's in Atlanta, come through. But this year
here.
we gonna
What
work.
we about to piggyback off each other. So I go to the event, guys, and long story short, short story long, they have a group of mayors that come out
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the event and we're connecting, we're networking. We go to this networking event. She ended up meeting the guy. She had already met him. I met the guy. Now I'm doing a collaboration book with mayors. We went
Yes.
to an event together, effectively we're able to connect with people, and now guess what, got business from that. But now when we go this time,
Oh
we're
yeah.
going to be tag teaming and say,
Yeah.
oh, meet my partner, and we're going to have a clear game plan. And so now we can go to this event as collaborating slash partners
Yeah.
and walk away slayed. Walk
But
away
so
slayed.
here's what's important about that. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of times people, because that's a phase, let's say phase 5.
Yeah.
A lot
Yes.
of times people will get in your DMs and they want to start off with a phase 5. They were
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, girl, come to this event and we're gonna do this offer together. And you're like, girl, I don't know. First, I don't know the event. I don't know you.
Who are
Like,
you?
right,
What
who
are
you? What's going on? So I think that that's an important part too. Is that there are phases in collaboration, and it is taking us a year of not just being in each other's spaces, investing in each other. We have
Yes.
traveled internationally together for 2 weeks. Over
Yes.
the last year, right?
Uh-huh.
Taurea came to the DR with us. I went to Ghana with her and her community, right? And we've done a lot of engaging. That's how we've gotten to this phase 5,
Absolutely.
right? So
Absolutely.
collaboration is a long-term game. Remember, when you are looking for collaboration, true collaborations build lifetime value.
Come on,
Lifetime
Gina.
value. You're not just saying, hey, collaborate on this one event. You really want to find collaborations where ongoing, you are constantly finding opportunities to add value together and open doors for one another.
I love it. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's see. Karen Clark. Hey, Karen. I don't know if this was a question for us, but I'm going to throw it in here. Do y'all have replays for us that have challenging schedules that can interact so you know the effort is there when we want to collaborate in the future?
You have replays.
So I guess you're asking about replays of this. So we just got started with this. This is a new show, right? Let's
Yeah.
talk collaboration. And so yes, this will be live and we'll have more details as we construct this, y'all. We really are just kind of like growing in this
Yes.
partnership on this show. So we are so excited to let you guys know. Yes. And right now I went ahead and created a domain for us. And
Yes.
what was the domain? I forgot.
Let's is it let's talk collaborate? Hold on.
Yes, let's talk collaboration.com. So we're going to have it set up to where if you want to watch any of the replays on the different topics, you'll be able to go to that to see the playlist of everything you need access to. So let's talk collaboration.com. Guys, does anybody else have any additional questions? And we're about to wrap this up, y'all. We want to make this a nice, quick show.
That's
And
right.
so if you do have, we'll maybe have time for one more question, but Deanna, before we get into how people can get in touch with us, any final thoughts that you have?
You know what, y'all, at the end of the day, realize and understand that you can begin to collaborate wherever you are in business right now.
Mm.
You can start from where you are. The clear thing, what did Taurea tell us? The first thing is think about what you want to collaborate on. Do you want to go live together the way that Taurea and I are going live together right now? Are you thinking about launching an event and you want somebody to launch the event for you? Are you looking for strategic referral partners where you can refer? Strategic referrals means mutual referrals, not you looking for people to refer you and you just gonna say thank you, right? But think about first what it is that you want to collaborate on. And if you're watching this right now, put us out in the chat. What is something that you want to start off with collaborating on? And then you're going to be well on your way to experiencing success in collaboration.
Absolutely. And you know what I want to add is never give up on it. Never give up on
Mm.
collaborating. It's not going to always be just like business. I was watching this young lady who's been able to build like massive social media platforms all over the place, building her business. And she said one thing about entrepreneurship. She's like, entrepreneurship is hard.
Ain't
And
it?
I can't tell you how many people I've met through the years that have told me that have built multi-million dollar empires that have thousands and thousands of people screaming their name. They all say, listen, I know from the stage it looks grand and grandiose and amazing, but the truth is behind the scenes, this stuff is hard. Well,
Yeah.
guess what, y'all? When you're working with people that come from different backgrounds, different experiences, different ups and downs, different challenges, different setbacks, you have to remember that we are dealing with people where they are. And so if your heart is truly to collaborate, just because you maybe have one bad experience or two bad experiences, imagine if God gave up on us, because
How
we
about
mess
that?
up every day. We mess up
Yeah.
every day. And so we've got to remember that every single situation you go through is not necessarily to give up. It's a lesson so that moving forward, you can grow in these collaborations. And we're going to be live with you guys. Now, technically, I think this is not the third Monday, but every first and third Monday, you guys will be live. And so if you guys want, you know what, Deanna, we're going to make sure that we have everybody to connect with us and we'll let you guys know when we're going live. So what we're going to do right now is, let me see.
Today is actually the third Monday, Taurea.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Oh, good. So
We're
we're
good.
perfect. We on time. It was the first Monday. That's right. Okay. So first and third Monday, y'all. Every first and third Monday. So just go ahead and put it on your calendar so you don't
Yes.
miss us. Okay.
Yeah.
Number one. But let me see. What did Monique say? She says, I
She
want
said she's talking about who she wants to collaborate. She said she wants to collaborate on a live, on
to.
childhood trauma, and the side effects. Monique,
Ah,
awesome. Super clear, right?
yes.
And exactly the type of person that you want to collaborate with, they would know. It would be like a dog whistle to them. They're like, oh, this is my person. So now the next step, Monique, is identify the types of people that you would actually want to bring into this. Do you want to bring therapists in? Do you want to bring survivors of childhood trauma? Think about the different types of people you could talk about
Yes.
collaborating with to bring this to fruition. But you did the hard work.
Yes, absolutely. The hard work is identifying who. And now that you know who, just go out there and get it. And Shanita says, I want to collaborate with women who want to embrace self-care and manifest the love they deserve. I think that's not hard. That's probably an easy one right
Yeah, I was about to say you have plenty of people that you want to collaborate.
there.
Shanita.
Right?
I would say with this is thinking about specifically how
Specific.
you want to collaborate with them. Do you
Yeah.
want to do a webinar together? Do you want to host a retreat? Do you
Yes.
want to have a think tank?
Absolutely. What's the
What
end
do you
goal?
want to do? Yeah,
Yeah, guys, you should always have an understanding of what that collaboration is going to be. So when you come to them, hey, I want to launch this show. Hey, like she said, this retreat, let's do this together, right? But again, as we said before, guys, it could take time. So
yeah,
don't expect for it to be on the first go round, everything to be perfect, easy peasy, quick and
exactly.
easy. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Deanna, I'm going to have you to tell everybody how to get in touch with you, and then I will say mine, and we will wrap it up.
Absolutely. So, y'all, first of all, if you want to get in touch with me and you're connected watching this on Taurea's page, then y'all make sure y'all join the Book Profits Club because I'm actually going to be there tonight. I'm leading tonight's Book Profits Club Money Mondays meeting. So, super excited about that. And if you want to connect with me around collaboration, go to thesuccesstribe.com. And there are all different types of ways that you can connect with me on there. And I can't wait to see you.
Absolutely. And me, darling, my name is Taurea Avant, and let me tell you something. Deanna has this incredible crew called the Success Tribe. And I highly encourage all BPC members, make sure you plug into the Success Tribe, okay? And so I think that she just had her enrollment might have closed for this quarter. I'm not sure, but y'all hit her up either way so that you can double check to make sure because she might be able to slide in a couple of more spots. You don't want to miss this group. When I tell you, an incredible group of men and women that are part of the Success Tribe. But Taurea of Vision Avant, if you would like to get access, we have a free masterclass. It is 15 minutes long, guys. In this class, as you guys know, I work with speakers and coaches who are authors or future authors. I talked to you guys about why 11,000 authors are published a day, but out of the 11,000, only 1,000 of them will make $1,000 this year, and how you can change that. So the things that authors who are not profitable, not getting on the stages, not getting on the platforms, that's what I'm going to talk about in this masterclass, completely free. This is a class where literally I've seen people pay $500 to $1,000 for this type of access. So just go to 10kbook.com, 10kbook.com for the free masterclass. And man, Deanna, all I can tell you is this, y'all. Let me pull her back up here. This about to be good.
It is.
What do you think?
It is. And listen, and y'all, if y'all are watching this, tell us what y'all want us to create. Like, we're doing these lives, but tell us what would be valuable to you. Like, if you were like, yo, if Deana and Taurea did this, I'm all in. Like, shoot your shot. Tell us what you want to see from us.
Yes,
and we'll
please.
take that into consideration as we're figuring out
The
where
show.
all this is gonna go.
Right. Like, and I'll give you some examples. Like, do you want to call in? If you want us to create a feature where you can call in to ask your questions, cool. Maybe you want to come in on screen. Okay. If you don't mind being on camera, hello. Because guess what, y'all? This is going to be broadcast to thousands of people. So it's an opportunity for exposure. So all the things, anything you can think of where you can come in, ask questions, and help us with different topic ideas, please drop that in the chat. Also, do us a favor, please share this video.
Yes.
Share, tag someone that you know, and that's a wrap. Well, Deanna, it's been a privilege and a pleasure.
Always. I appreciate you. We can't wait to see y'all again in a couple of weeks.
Yes. In a couple of weeks. See you guys soon. Bye, you guys.
Bye.